Hello dear students, welcome everybody. In this video, I'm going to talk about B.Ed third year subject English for Mass Communication. I'm going to talk about the course, nature of the course and course of the study belongs to this subject English for Mass Communication. The course code for this subject is English Education 434. The nature of the course is theory and practical. Here, both theoretical part and as well as practical part as well in this subject English for Mass Communication. Uh, for the theoretical portion, 80 marks will be theoretical and 20 marks will be practical. And here student have to pass in both part here, theoretical part and practical part as well. So out of the 80 student have to get 28 in theoretical part, and out of 20 in practical student have to get 8 marks. So this video will be beneficial for B.Ed third year students who are majoring in English language, and I like to request all the viewers, don't forget to like, share and subscribe this video. That always motivate me to make such kind of video in the days to come. Watch the video till the end. I'm going to talk about the course and the nature of the course English for Mass Communication, how the units are categorized here, and how the marks are divided years per unit. I'm going to discuss about this. So watch till the end. Now let's go through here, especially English for Mass Communication. This subject uh, is aims at developing the students' ability to analyze the student language using different forms of mass media. Here, students have to learn about the mass media, the electronic media and printed media. About this concept, students have to learn here. The main purpose of this subject is to make the students familiar with different types of communication, mass communication here, and with key concept in language and media, and also to familiar with the studies in media language and expert to analysis of media language and language of newspaper here. So now let's go to discuss about the content of this subject, English for Mass Communication here. The first unit belongs to basics of communication and mass communication here. In this unit, students have to learn about various concepts of communication and its types and forms here. Under this topic, Unit 1, students have to learn about introduction to communication and their process of communication and elements of communication, barriers to communication, types of communication there, and various forms of communication, forms of conversation, as communication there, and face-to-face conversation, telephonic conversation, online conversation, that is chat, email, Facebook, SMS, short message service, group discussion, meetings, seminars, and conference. Then after this and notice agenda and minors there, the internet, news agencies of the world and commercialization of media, then about new media and old media there. That is all about this unit 1 for theoretical part. Regarding the practical activities for unit 1 is, here students have to collect samples of online conversation in English, identifying specific features of language and analyze them in terms of vocabulary, syntax and style systematically. That is for practical purpose. Then let's move on to unit second. Second unit is about the key. Uh, the second unit is about the key concept in language and media here. Here students have to learn about media as language use, register and style, mediated communication, similarly mediated participation, media discourse genre, media rhetorics and politically space, and rhetorics in advertisements there, and media storytelling, words and images, boundaries of media discourse, similarly media language and acceptability, the future of media language there. That is all about theoretical part. Regarding the practical activities on the unit 2, here students have to learn about collect 22 commercial advertisements of products and service from 4 English newspapers, from each 5 from each published in Nepal, and analyze their language systematically in terms of rhetoric, what kind of words, what kind of selection of words are there in the newspaper. Students have to analyze this, and vocabulary, syntax and style there. That is all about unit 2, about theoretical and practical activities there. Regarding the unit third is studies in media language here. Under this unit, study in media language, students have to learn about speech, writing, and media, different styles of media language, schema and genre theory, persuasion and power there, telling stories, anchoring visual meanings. Here students have to learn under this third unit. Uh, Quietness and incivility in broadcast talk, the language of radio program, news readings, live commentaries. That is all about unit third, studies in mass media language. And under this unit, there are some practical activities students have to perform. Collect two political speeches in English by two famous native English politicians and analyze their language in terms of rhetorics, what kind of language they have used, what is their selection of vocabulary and syntax and style, record them systematically there, and then prepare brief radio news that is 700 to 1000 words about list program that you attended in your campus or community. Here is have to do in unit third practical activities there. Then unit 4 is about media language analysis there. So under this topic, you still have to learn about message and media, the case of blog, listening to pop lyrics, comparing kinds of studio talk, purpose of persuasion, media fiction and fact, soundtrack and multimodal discourse, media language and social change, media change in the future. That is all about unit 4. And here practical activities is watch and listen to political news, interview and a chat show interview and analyze the language in terms of vocabulary, syntax and style that are found in this interview and write them systematically. So that is unit 4. Regarding the unit 5, student have to learn about studies in language of newspaper. Here student have to learn under this topic, introduction to news, characteristics, values of news or newsworthiness, tools and conventions used to write news stories, the news culture, the structure and language of news story, and the structure of news story. Here student have to learn various types of news story there, and components of news story, the language of the headlines, the leads of the news story and their language, representation of groups in newspaper. Here student have to learn this under unit 5. Then feature story and open article led to the editor and editorializing and editorials. Under this unit, student have some practical activities here. Under this activity, student have to collect 4 news studies on different event program, strange event and construction work from English newspaper published in Nepal, and analyze their language in terms of vocabulary, syntax and style, newsworthiness and structure. And similarly, another task is write for different news stories on different current events, write to editorial on current national issues and to open in articles there. Then unit 6 is about studies in language of broadcast media. Under this unit, students have to learn about varieties of language, media and modernity, broadcast talk, comparing kinds of studio talk, news and advertising angles, narrative strategy. Then windows on the world, the language of broadcast programs, characteristic of broadcast writing there, broadcast study structure, broadcast writing style, broadcast copy preparation. Similarly, the language of television and sign and signification, form of television, live talk, represented talk there. And under this unit, some practical activities here. Students have to watch at least three TV programs and list the basic feature of the language used in them. So that is all about belongs to unit 6 about study in language and broadcast media here. So altogether there are 6 units in this mass media for communication here. The instruction technique and general technique to deliver this lesson in the class is lecture and explanation, discussion, illustration there. Then specific technique will be used there. Project work will be given there. Peer work, group work. Such kind of technique can be used there. Then let's discuss about the evaluation scheme and time allotment under this course, mass media and communication. This course is for 1 academic year. It carries 100 marks. That is, it has both theoretical and practical aspect. As 80 marks will be theory and 20 marks will be practical there. So now let's discuss unit-wise marks here. So unit 1, basics of communication and mass communication, it captures 20 marks, 20%. Then unit 2, key concept in language media, it captures 15 marks there. And unit 3, study in media language, it captures 15 marks there. Unit 4, analyzing the media language, that it captures 15 marks. Unit 5, study in language of literature, it covers 15 marks there. Unit 6, study in language of broadcast media, it also covered 20 marks there. So altogether 100 marks and there, both practical and theoretical. So here, especially in the evaluation, regarding the specific evaluation here, written examination 80%, all units, and practical 20%, all units here, especially the format of the question that has been asked in the examination. Out of 80 here, three types of question will be there: group A, group B, group C. And group A will be multiple choice item, that is 16 question will be there for 16 marks, and group B will be short question. Here student have to write 8 question, and there will be 3 hour question given there, 40 marks will be there. And C, long question, here student have to write 2 question with 1 alternative question there, 24. So altogether 80 marks for theoretical part. Regarding the practical part here, respective students are required to maintain the file on practical activities as mentioned in each unit and submit to external examiner at the time of interview there. So especially we discuss in each and every unit there. Practical activities there according to that instruction given there. Then student can get some books for recommendation books here. Student can go through here for their better learner, for their better learning there. So now we are at the end of this video. I hope you got the concept. If you have any confusion regarding this subject, English for communication here, you can put a comment on this video so that I can reply it. Now, I have to sign out here. Hope to meet you with next interesting video. Till then, goodbye. Take care.